Let's take a look at the 7 days before high-stakes Senate
midterm elections just 1 week away. Our correspondents are on the ground in 3 battleground states likely to determine control of the Senate. Eva Pilgrim starts us off in Philadelphia. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, George. Pennsylvania is shaping up to be an important test when it comes to blue-collar voters for both parties here in President Biden's birth state. Now, the race everyone is watching, the Senate seat, current Pennsylvania Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman versus TV Dr. Mehmet Oz. Polls really tightening since last week's debate. There are concerns over Fetterman's health after a stroke more than 5 months ago. It could cost Democrats the seat pickup here, but at the same time, Dr. Oz facing criticism for being an out-of-touch carpetbagger, as well as for his stance on abortion. And just to make it clear how important this race is, President Biden and former President Obama will both be here in Pennsylvania over the weekend trying to get out the vote. Michael.
All right, thank you, Eva. I'm going to head west now to Nevada, where the Senate race is neck and neck. Janae Norman is in Las Vegas for us this morning. Good morning, Janae.
Hey, Michael, good morning. This is a state that's historically shown up big for Democrats, but it's not guaranteed to go blue next week. Republicans find themselves in the best position here in Nevada in years. Senator Catherine Cortez Masto, the first and only Latina senator, is also the most vulnerable. Polling showing her essentially neck and neck with her opponent, Republican Adam Laxalt, a former attorney general who backed President Trump and efforts to overturn the 2020 election results here in Nevada. His family has actually come out supporting Cortez Masto, but in a state hit especially hard by the pandemic, Democrats have a tough sell to voters who are paying about $5 for a gallon of gas and facing skyrocketing rent prices. Former President Obama will be rallying here tonight, hoping to shore up some support as control of the Senate hangs in the balance. Amy.
All right, Janae, thank you so much. And the battle for control of the Senate could once again come down to the state of Georgia. Steve Osinsami is in Atlanta with the latest on that. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning to you, Amy. Some of the latest polling out this week shows a virtual tie between incumbent Senator.
That's insanity, okay? A virtual tie between, like, a community leader my brain is broken, dude. I'm sorry. It's nothing. My order got canceled. And also on top of my order being canceled, you got Mr. CTE, you know, the poster boy for CTE. Who's in a virtual tie with a dude who's like not the worst senator. I wish that people would like cancel your order immediately instead of, you know, waiting. That's the worst part. When you think your order is like on its way and it's been a fucking hour and then they cancel, it's just the worst. It's whatever.
Raphael Warnock and Republican nominee and college football legend Herschel Walker. And this is despite weeks of bad press for Herschel Walker, who's essentially been called a hypocrite for his stance on opposing abortion rights.
Means you're not tipping enough? No, that's not what that means, because I tip fatties. It just means that they didn't have the thing available. Sometimes they cancel because like they don't have the actual food. Unfortunately. I pre-tip fat ones, so it's definitely not that. Like there's 0% chance that is the reason. Or the store is incredibly busy. Yeah. I don't think it was the restaurant that canceled. I mean, I don't think it was the driver that canceled.
Right after woman keeps coming forward claiming that he either helped them pay for an abortion or actually helped them get one. There is a third candidate in this race, a libertarian candidate, and that means it is entirely possible that neither of the two major candidates gets to 50% a week from today, which means this race could be headed to a runoff. If control of the U.S. Senate is decided by a runoff race here in Georgia, it will be a busy 4 weeks of dirty mudslinging for voters here who have already had enough. George.
And we have seen that before. Okay, Steve, thanks very much.
I want to go now to
here. Let's watch the fucking wait. What the fuck is Trump the comeback? BBC News. Yeah, here. I'll watch the pastor now. I'll watch the pastor on Raphael Warnock. Here's a little midterm pick me up. The Reverend Jamal Bryant at the New Birth Baptist Church near Atlanta, Georgia, and how he read fucking Herschel Walker to filth. Okay, here you go.
When the Republican Party of Georgia moved Herschel Walker from Texas to Georgia so that he could run for Senate, it's because change was taking too fast in the post-antebellum South. The state had been flipped blue, and there are some principalities that were not prepared for a black man and a Jewish man to go to Senate at the exact same time. So they figured that they would delude us by picking somebody who they thought would in fact represent us better with a football than with a degree in philosophy. They thought we were so slow, that we were so stupid, that we would elect the lowest caricature of a stereotypical broken black man as opposed to somebody who is educated and erudite and focused. Y'all ain't ready for me today.
Problem is, it's not black people that are voting for Herschel Walker, it's white people. And there's still plenty of white people in Georgia that will vote for him. You know, I mean, he's preaching, he's spitting. He's especially correct about the whole, we are going to, we need to move. The demographic shift is happening in Georgia, so we need to move Herschel Walker there. But it was a misstep from the Republican Party. The issue in that circumstance is that, yeah, dumbass racist Republicans thought like, oh, black guy, he'll take some of the black vote. And sure, there might be some black conservatives that'll vote for Herschel Walker or whatever. But the reality is, like, you know, Herschel Walker was a bad candidate.
Since Herschel Walker was 16 years old, white men been telling him what to do, telling him what school to go to, where to live, where to eat, where to buy a house, where to run, where to sit down, where to sleep, where to...
What Jewish man did he mean? The other, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot his name. Ossoff, John Ossoff.
Pay for abortions, where to buy a gun. And you think they not gonna tell him how to vote? In 2022, we don't need a walker, we need a runner. We need somebody who gonna run and tell the truth about January 6th. We need somebody who gonna run and push for the cancellation of student loan debts. We need somebody who gonna run and make the former president respond to a subpoena. We don't need a walker, we need somebody who will be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding, knowing that your labor is not in vain. Georgia, I need you to know the slave Negroes y'all are used to don't live here no more. We can think for ourselves, function for ourselves, and vote for ourselves. Why? Because we don't need a walker.
I used to go to this church when I was a kid. This is trauma for real. I mean, it's cool. Yeah, it's a good speech. Kind of, I don't know. Like, you guys, the way you guys were sending this over, the way you guys were posting this, like, I thought this was going to be some fucking crazy shit. It's all right. Chatter's too white to get this video, Hasan? You mean Chatter's too white, and that's why they think this is like super based or something? I think it's not that Chatter's. I don't think it's that Chat's too white. I think it's that they're too libbed up. You need Jesus? Listen, you guys know. You guys know my favorite speech from a black reverend, okay? I'm sorry, this doesn't touch that.
Reverend Jeremiah Wright.
I say motherfuck America, motherfuck America's mother, motherfuck America's daddy. America can eat a dick. America can lick the balls.
All right, we're done with that. Here, amid record
I want to go now
turnout.
to Nicole Killian, who's in Atlanta following another crucial Senate race, could determine control of the Senate in the state of Georgia this time. Nicole, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you, Tony. And, you know, the Senate race continues to be extremely close. The latest polls show Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock and his Republican challenger Herschel Walker are deadlocked, and turnout for early voting has been at a record pace.
Wasn't it still pretty good? He even mentioned labor. No, it's great. But the way that people were talking about this speech made it seem like he was going to say some fucking crazy stuff.
1 week out from Election Day, a fierce fight to the finish.
It is up to us to get out and vote, to put the right people in, not just Herschel Walker, because I'm going to win.
Between Senate GOP challenger Herschel Walker and Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock.
I think that the differences between me and my opponent are stark. I think character matters.
If the choice is so stark, why is this race so close?
I think that many people in our country and in our state are often either wearing a blue jersey or a red jersey. And you look at Herschel Walker, you see a study in contrast.
Into the house of the Lord.
With 7 days to go, there's a full court press to get out the vote, particularly among African Americans, who make up about a third of the state's electorate. From a Souls to the Polls caravan.
It's more like think of a church picnic or church homecoming, family reunion. We all do it together.
To college mixers.
We got 12 days.
Latasha Brown is a co-founder of Black Voters Matter, which has launched a bus tour in key battlegrounds.
It's really important that we send a message, not only that we won't back down and we won't black down, but that there is a new coalition rising.
While the Peach State has seen record turnout in early voting, there are lingering concerns after a new voting law took effect last year that allows unlimited challenges to the voter rolls. Travis Barber says he got a red flag when he recently tried to cast his ballot, one of more than 64,000 voters whose eligibility was challenged this year under the new law.
I was embarrassed. I had to be called to the side while everybody else is coming through their processes 1, 2, 3.
Brad Raffensperger is Georgia's Secretary of State.
Well, I've been very clear on that. We want to make sure that.
Yeah, this is what happens when you think that like fucking Republican secretaries of state are going to be, you know, good or decent or honest or loyal to the idea of like a democracy, when like their goal is still the same. They just didn't want to go as far as like defending Trump unconditionally, right? It was so funny when liberals were like, well, Brad, he's so brave. He's so brave. He's such a brave guy. It's like, yeah, you guys are fucking dumb. Yeah, what do you think the Secretary of State is going to do? His job quite literally is to stop motherfuckers from going out and voting, okay? Poor people, black people. Stop them from going out and voting. Purge the voter purge the fucking the voter rolls.
that people are lawful eligible voters in the state of Georgia.
Well, Travis was able to vote with a provisional ballot, but the Secretary of State acknowledged there have been a number of frivolous challenges, so they may consider additional reforms to the law. And just a reminder that if no candidate clears 50%, we could be headed for a runoff in December. Tony?
A lot of people expecting one. Nicole, thank you very much. And a quick reminder for our viewers, midterms are just 1 week away. We encourage people to vote. And, of course, watch our full coverage right here on CBS starting at 8 p.m. Eastern.